Trump's administration uses Bible to justify taking 2,000 children away from their families. Nearly 2,000 children have been separated from their families under a controversial immigration crackdown. Within the last 6 weeks 1,995 minors have been removed, including breastfeeding infants and other young babies. The new figures were announced just days after the Trump administration used quotes from the Bible to justify taking the youngsters. Donald Trump's administration is pursuing a controversial zero-tolerance policy for anyone caught entering the U.S. illegally. Between April 19 and May 31, 940 adults had their children removed while they awaited prosecution. In many circumstances, the adults have been told their children were being taken to be bathed or cleaned up, but then the adults don't see them again. Attorney General Jeff Sessions cited a passage in the Bible to justify the move. "I would cite you to the Apostle Paul and his clear and wise command in Romans 13 to obey the laws of the government because God has ordained them for the purpose of order." He added, "Orderly and lawful processes are good in themselves and protect the weak and lawful." Trump's press secretary Sarah Sanders was pressed about where in the Bible it states it is morally acceptable to take children from their mothers. She replied she wasn't aware of the full context of the quote from Sessions, but I can say that it is very biblical to enforce the law. That is repeated throughout the Bible. Once taken from their families, the children become the charges of the Health and Human Services Administration for Children and Families, or specifically, the Office of Refugee Resettlement. Trump's administration say they want to reunite the families as much as possible after the court proceedings. However, it puts the responsibility largely on the parents to locate their children and attempt to get them returned. The U.S. government has come under fire for its treatment of the families who are coming across the U.S.-Mexico border. Yesterday, Trump continued to blame the opposition Democrats for the law that is separating parents from their children. He said, "I hate to see separation of parents and children. I hate the children being taken away. The Democrats have to change their law." However, there is no actual law that mandates the removal of children from adults awaiting prosecution. The adoption of the zero-tolerance policy is behind the separation of families. Until it was enacted in April, people detained for immigration offenses were referred for civil deportation proceedings and kept together. Now the parents are charged and processed under the criminal system, which means children can be removed. If you have a story for our news team, email us at webnews@metro.co.uk. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter.